Hi, Mariah. Thank you so much for coming in today. How are you feeling?
Not that great. Um,
Yeah.
I've I finally decided that I need help with my fear of dogs. It's getting to the point where I can't really hang out with friends, because they have dogs and they're always bringing their dogs with them.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad has just told me that he wants to get a dog. So I need to figure this out because I can't just not go see my dad.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I'm so sorry. That sounds really tough. You are being
It
so brave by coming in.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, like, I don't even like seeing like, how some people don't like seeing pictures of, like, snakes or spiders? That's me. I don't even wanna see a picture of a dog, like
I think it's a lot more common than people realize. Did anything happen when you were younger?
Yeah, when I was, like, 5, we were out sledding at my grandparents', and my uncle and aunt had brought their a little Jack Russell Terrier, and it bit me in the face, and ever since then, like, I don't want anything to do with dogs any way, shape, or form.
That sounds really frightening. I'm really sorry that happened to you. Has there
Thank
been
you.
anything else that was triggering in that way, or was that really just the core memory that sticks out?
I think that and just that the dog was just such a mean dog, and that was probably the first dog I had ever been around, so I just was traumatized.
That sounds really scary. I'm so sorry. So, you said your dad is getting a dog?
He's thinking about it, but
He's
he
thinking
wants to
about it?
wait until I'm comfortable, with being around a dog. He doesn't wanna just do it because he knows then I won't be coming to the house anytime soon.
That's love. That's really kind and sweet. And we want
Yeah.
you to be able to build a special bond with the dog, and it not be a source of triggering. I'm so sorry that happened to you, but we're gonna work on a plan to come together and maybe look at some things that could be helpful if you're open to it.
Okay. That sounds good.
So we are going to do a thing called exposure therapy. Have you ever heard about this?
No, but I would assume you're gonna expose me to dogs.
Yes, but so we're gonna take it really slow. We're not gonna feel rushed. We're gonna take it at your own speed. This is something that we don't want to trigger you. We don't want this to add to the trauma, but we just, we're gonna work together to start just working through some things and using some different tools to help you maybe, build that confidence. So is that something you're interested in?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, so exposure therapy is a type of therapy that it's really just going to gradually expose you to an object or a situation, in this case, dogs that you fear or avoid. And so we're going to work together and we're going to create a fear hierarchy. So, really, this is just a list where we're going to rate some things that are triggering to you in regards to dogs. And then we're going to have you rate them from 1 to 10. And then we're going to use some coping skills to help you, feel grounded, be able to cope with the situation, build confidence. So let's talk about your coping skills for a minute. Are there
Okay.
any that you're currently using when you're around dogs or when you're
I
exposed to dogs?
I just don't go anywhere near them. Like,
Yeah, so
I
just
try
avoid
not
it.
to put myself in that position at all whatsoever.
That I know that's really hard. That sounds difficult.
Yeah, like, if there's a movie on with a dog, I'm like, "Skip." Like, "No."
hmm So we're going to do a thing called in vivo exposure therapy. So we're going to use these coping skills and we're going to do some different thought exercises as well as reality exercises to kind of get you feeling comfortable.
Okay.
So a coping mechanism that I want to start working on together is a little bit of box breathing. So, this is going to be a little bit triggering when we're working on these things. And so, it can be really helpful and really grounding if we take 4 breaths in and 4 breaths out. Is that something you've ever heard of?
Not really, but, I mean, I know, like, when you have a baby, they teach you about breathing to help with the pain, so I'm assuming this is kind of in the same realm of things.
Yeah. And, if this doesn't work, then we can try some other things. But I just want to, go ahead and start with some firm tools as we're looking at these different things. just so you at least start to feel a little prepared because I don't want to
Okay.
just throw you out there and it feel like too much.
Thank you.
Yes, because we're working together on this. So as we're creating this fear hierarchy, I want you to let me know how you feel about certain situations, how you're feeling in your body. Is it feeling like too much? Are you feeling like this is something I can kind of start to manage a little bit? So we're gonna kind of break these things down and I want you to let me know how it feels, okay?
Okay.
So if you were to close your eyes and think about an encounter with the dog, is that something?
Yeah, I don't even wanna no.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
that would be too
That's
Ooh, yeah.
okay. That's okay. This is all about just kind of learning where we are. So there's no right or wrong answers. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate that?
Well, it definitely wouldn't be as bad as seeing a dog in person or being around a dog, so I'd probably have to say, like, maybe a 3 or 4. Like, because I know
Okay.
there's way worse things when it comes to the dog.
Yeah, so it feels pretty manageable.
Yes.
Still a little too much, but it feels manageable at a
Yes.
3 or 4. Okay, so we'll go ahead and log that. So if we were just in a scenario where we were holding a toy dog, would that be something that you would be open to?
Yeah,
How would
I
that
wouldn't
feel?
like it, but I'd be open to it, yes.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you feel about that?
If it looks just like a dog, then probably a 5 or a 6.
Okay, that's okay. And we'll get there. We're not gonna jump right into all these things. We just kind of, we're just gauging. So what about looking at a dog from behind a fence from a distance?
No, that would definitely be like an 8.
That would be a big one. Awesome. So you're okay. So that kind of you're feeling some things in your body.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Thank you for being honest and I appreciate you working through these things with me. Um, so what about watching dogs play from a distance and slowly getting closer to the dog? Do you
Yeah,
think that might be a level 10?
yeah, that would be definitely a level 10.
Okay, so that's maybe what we're kind of working on long term. That could be a long term goal of ours.
Okay.
So another maybe kind of big thing that we could be working towards is petting a dog while he's on the leash, and controlled and in a controlled environment because we want you to be safe. We want the dog to be safe. Um, is that how would that feel to you in your body, in your belly?
I can't even imagine right now, but it's something I want to work towards because, I want to go on walks with my dad when he takes the dog and stuff like that. I don't, you know. So, yeah, even though I can't like even fathomly like I can't no, I can't imagine it right this moment. That's where I'm hoping we can get to.
Yeah, that's okay. And how's your dad feeling? He's supportive in all this,
Oh yeah,
you were
he's very
saying he wants to
supportive.
wait.
Yes.
Good. So you have some support system behind you and you have someone you can talk to about this. So this is gonna feel like a lot at first. It's, gonna feel like you're drinking from a fire hose, but we're just gonna take this one step at a time. So we have short list of things that I've kind of brought as examples, but as homework throughout the week, I want you to keep a journal of situations that could be potential fears of yours, things that are currently coming up, anything unexpected that you run into that really just felt like too much. And I would love for you to record these scenarios and then, I want you to rate them 1 through 10. And then next week we can create a master list out of all these things we've talked about. And we can kind of start working through them using our coping techniques that we've talked with. How does that sound?
That sounds good. I'm ready. I'm ready to do the work.
Well, you're being so brave.